So in this final part of our multi-class object detection using bounding box regression, we will be preparing a script that allows us to deploy this model and actually make predictions on external test images. And we will also put this model to work and see how it performs on both the images that we had stored for testing and also for some external images that we will be downloading from Google. So now our model is completely trained, but we still need a way to take this model and use it to actually make predictions on input images. So for that I have created a predict.py file and we will handle all of that in the script. So first things first, we will start by importing the necessary packages which are similar to the ones that we used in the train.py file. We will use the MIME types module to detect if we are performing inference on a single image or if we are looking at a text file that contains multiple images. So we will start by constructing the argument parser that will parse our command line arguments. And we have only one command line argument, which is dash dash input, for providing either a single image file path or the paths of a list of test file images. So I will just construct the argument parser. Should be and then finally I will parse the argument. So args is equal to where's ap.parse args. Now let's handle the input command line arguments. So for this we'll determine the input file type, but assume that we are working with a single input image. So we will use the MIME types functionality to determine this file type, and we have a single input. So we actually now have two options, the default one being that our image paths consist of one lone image path from the input. Second one being that our image path consists of a text file, which will be a conditional check. So if the text or the plain file type if this holds true, then we override and populate our image paths from all the file names, one per line, in the input text file. So after this, we will load our object detector and label binarizer from the disk. So before we do that, let's print an info statement. Info, which will say loading object detector. So then we will initialize model. So model is the architecture and associate weights that we serialize to the disk when running train.py, and then LB is our label binarizer, which is used to convert predicted class labels to human readable strings as mentioned earlier. let us now loop over our image paths and make predictions on each one of them. So for image paths and image paths, we will pre-process each image. So firstly we will load the input image from the disk. So image is equal to load image, and we will resize it to 224 into 224 pixels. So my target size will be equal to 224 into 224, comma 224. Then next we will convert it to a NumPy array and scale the pixel intensities to the range from 0 to 1. And then finally we will add a batch dimension to the image. So we will now make a call to the .predict method of our model, which results in two returned values, which is the first one being the bounding box predictions and the second one being the class level predictions. So we will do that in this line, and then we will extract the bounding box coordinates. So all the coordinates start x, start y, end x and end y will be extracted. And after this we will determine the class label with the largest corresponding probability. So for this we'll use the argmax function from our NumPy library, and finally we will use this index value to extract the human readable class label string from our label binarizer. So this now brings us to our final step, which is to scale the bounding box coordinates back to the original dimensions. And for this we will load the input image in the OpenCV format and resize it such that it fits on our screen and we can grab its dimensions. So I'll do immutals.resize, and then we will adjust the height and width. So we now need to scale the predicted bounding box coordinates based on the image's spatial dimensions. So we will just multiply each one of them with the width and height, because our coordinates were in the range of 0 to 1, but our image has the spatial dimensions in the range of 0 to w and 0 to h respectively. And finally we draw the predicted bounding box and class label on the image. So we annotate our output image by doing so. So I will write cv2 dot font Hershey simplex then we will do the same for our bounding box. So instead of text, which is our class label, we will write rectangle, and the arguments being image, start x, start y. Instead of this, we'll have end x, end y. So lastly, we need to display the output image on our screen. For this, we will use the CV2 library and image show function. And then we will also add a wait key so that our image disappears only when we press a particular key. So now that completes our third and final Python script for this project. So let's run it and see if our model is working fine. So in order to get the output, we need to execute the following command, which is python space the name of our file, that is predict.py, and then the input for the command line argument, and then the path containing our image. So if we remember, it was in the dataset folder, which further contained the images folder, and then the particular folder of the particular image, and then the image name. So we have an error. It says that argument parser has no attribute add. Okay, so it should be add argument, not add arguments. Okay, there is another typing error. The K in wait key should be capital, so let's change that. And then finally, let's run it for one more time and see if we get the output. So we have inputted our file path, and there we have it. We had an input image and it has classified it into a face and also labeled it correctly. Let's try with another type of input image. So instead of face, let's have a motorcycle and see if our model can predict it correctly this time. So it again creates a bounding box and predicts the class label correctly, which is of a motorcycle. Lastly, let's also test it out with an airplane example. So as we can see, our model has formed a bounding box and then also predicted it correctly. So let us now also try to test our model with an image that it has never seen previously. So we will download one image from Google and then save it in our project directory. Let's name it image1. Then also download an image of a motorcycle. I will name it image2. And then another image would be of a face. So it will be named image3. So we will give the command line argument. So instead of putting it in our project directory, the main directory, let's change its location to the dataset/images folder. Okay, so now let's pass the location of the image. So we can see that it correctly predicts that our image was an airplane with the class label. Let's do the same with our second image, which was of a motorcycle, and the model predicts it correctly again. And let's also try out our last image, which was of a face. So there we have it. It has again predicted the correct output. So that was about it for the multi-class object detector using bounding box regression, and we have successfully built and deployed our model from scratch. And so this brings us to the end of yet another exciting mini project in artificial intelligence, which was multi-class object detection using bounding box regression. I hope you all enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for our next video, in which we will be building yet another interesting mini projects in artificial intelligence.